back in the old days at Crown Paint across the street. Alright, take a real good look at this piece. For everybody that travels down Melrose Boulevard and see all the graffiti, guess what? If it wasn't for this piece right here, none of those pieces on Melrose probably wouldn't even exist. This is done by my partner named P. Day and Pino from West Coast. This is one of the first production piece or burners on the boulevard on Melrose, on the newspaper stand. Look at the style, the characters, the letters.
That is legit.
This is done by Easy One from STN Crew. He was one of the black writers from STN. Now STN is a real good LA crew, a historical crew. But for that crew, mostly predominantly like Chicano writers and maybe Filipino, but this guy was the only black writer in the crew. Once again, now, it don't matter, it's based upon skills. That just goes to show the unity amongst the people is that they didn't care about what color you was back then. It was based upon your skill level and how they all united as one. But he was one of the writers. Okay, we go to that one. This guy right here, his name is Legit. Now for those of you who know the history of LA scene, there was a writer by the name of Soon One from New York that resided here in LA that taught a lot of people on this side of town. Now Soon, he ran with a guy by the name of Legit, J. Cool, and a couple of other people, and he started a crew called the Young Lords. Now Legit, I mean, he wasn't like a real true stylist back then, but hanging with Soon, he learned some of his techniques. This is Mr. the Style Master General. I'm gonna call him by his proper title. This is Don D1. Don D was a style master back in the late 70s, mid 70s in New York. If you get a chance, go get the book called Don D White, the Style Master General. In that book, you're gonna be able to see that Don D was doing style back in the 70s that was way far more advanced than some of the stuff you see today. And there's no disrespect to some of the stuff today, but see, here's the difference. When Don D and other writers took the time out, they learned, once again, they learned how to master the style of the alphabet from A through Z. Learning how to take the letters and do different things with them. But they did it through a foundation of structure. Like I always tell people, I'm going to give you a brief little example. You got a master karate master, master karate. You got a professional karate master, right? And as being young people back in the day, we all probably watched karate movies, so we try to imitate karate moves, right? But a real karate master is going to sit back and look at you like, what are you doing? That's not real true karate. You just doing a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Same thing with the art. When we see real true style, we can identify with true form and structure. People who try to imitate and do it, we can tell when they perpetrate or when they don't know what they're doing. I mean, but we all got to learn and we got to be able to be influenced through other people. So I just want to put that out so that we could all understand that just because you say, well, this is my style, man, why are you dissing it? Because we're not dissing it, we want people to understand it's all about form and structure. They say, well, man, art is free. Art, you can do whatever, man. If you're an artist, you should be able to do whatever you want. Yeah, okay, true. If you cook spaghetti, you could throw all kinds of stuff in it, but it might not taste good. So everything has a foundation to it. This man right here. This man right here, this is a very special gentleman that we all got to show respect to.
Yeah.
His name is
One arm.
Randy Credible, One Arm Bandit, Case 2. He invented a style called computer rock style. This guy is left-handed with one arm. This guy, he didn't hold back. He had
Style
no
Wars.
excuses. Oh, he got one
came out
arm.
in Style Wars.
I'm not going to paint. He got out there and put in work like a true soldier. He went out there and did what he had to do, and he did it at his best.
Poor righteous teacher, straight
There you
up.
go. This is the gentleman I was speaking on earlier named Soul from New York that came there and later resided here for some years. Now Soul, he influenced a lot of people, whether it was on the east side of LA, south central, north side, to the west side. Mostly, a lot of writers on the west side, he took under their wing and sort of mentored them and molded them. Now, and he showed them what was style all about and how to get down with the graffiti movement. But look, check this out. We didn't have fancy caps back then. Back in those days, everybody used the regular tips that came on the can. So, like right now, you know, we got the opportunity to buy a cap that do special effects, which is good. But guess what? Back then, that's your true craftsmanship if you could take a can and do techniques and real smooth pieces that way. 1985.
And white skinnies.
Here's another piece done by Soon. This is the crew he ran called the Young Lords. Now, the movie Breaking, where I told you about Ralph One or Quick Draw. This is the piece right here that he did called Shake City. Now, check this one out. I want to explain this to you. This guy right here that I'm talking about named Ralph One. How many people know about the Belmont Tunnel in here? Alright, now, let me explain to you about Mr. Ralph One. If it wasn't for him and a guy by the name of Shandu from the LA Bomb Squad, it wouldn't be probably no pieces at the tunnel. These were the first two, well, not him, but Ralph One and Shandu were the first two people to have a battle at the Belmont Tunnel way before the West Coast and the K2S battle. They actually had the first battle at the Belmont when the wall didn't have no paint on it. It was a straight brick wall.
Is Belmont?
No, that was, I don't know what that was. The other one. This is the Radiotron. Radiotron was one of the prime spots where people came together to break, to do MCing, to do graffiti, and it was a real live spot. And this was in the movie Breaking. So Mr. Ralph One, Quick Draw, at that time was able to do the piece for the movie. Actually, he was already in the spot. This is actually 15 minutes away from here at Pan Pacific Park. Back in those days, 1985 at Pan Pacific, writers was able to go up there and do a lot of pieces or murals around the pieces up there. This is done by Soon One.
Yo, that's off the hook right there, yo.
1985. Okay, now check this piece out. I'm finna blow y'all minds on this one. This is done by Mr. Lim One. Alright, this piece was done way back in the early 80s. But guess what? This guy has elevated himself to do different things with his art as time progressed. He wasn't one of those people as he got older to say, oh, you know what? Graffiti is for kids, I'm not gonna mess with that no more. This is the gentleman as an artist that stuck to his roots or his culture. But guess what he's doing? If you look around this room, you wouldn't believe the piece he did. This is one of his pieces right here. From that to this piece right here. I just want to let you guys know, hey, the longer you stick and hang in there, the better you can build your skills. But guess what? This piece was done way back in 83, 84, in the early 80s in that day.
That's
But now
awesome.
this guy is doing immaculate type work that he can sell in galleries for thousands of dollars.
Damn, cousin.
Doing animation work and a lot of other good things with his work. This is done by another powerful artist
This is
by the
tight.
name of PJ1 from West Coast Artists. This piece was done as a motor yard. This is a fish he did, but guess what? He did a picture of a fish, but he kept it like what we call the B-boy type style of art. Now PJ, with his art, he took his work to different levels. This piece over here, you see on the wall right here, this is the piece that he did.
Is PJ
So
the
it just
same
goes
one
to
that
show the
wants
process
to
of growth, maturity.
the same
It's
one
all
that
about
wants to
maturity and
see?
growth. I mean, whether you want to do that style or whatever style is to each artist's decision. I mean, you know, everybody's going to walk on a different path. This is another PJ piece at the Con Art Studio called Flood Piece. Okay. This is another piece that was done at the Spray Can 88 Art Show at the LA Photography Center. That's done by PJ right there. Okay, this was done in 1988 on Slauson near West Boulevard. There's a place called Detail Studio. That's done by PJ. But real quick, PJ and Pino started up a crew called the BAK crew, which stood for Black Asiatic Kings. The reason why they did that at that point in time was because, once again, there wasn't that many black writers around as far as like, that was up there as far as with style. So they came up with this crew and they just did what they were doing. This is a very special gentleman right here.